Discussion on the item on the agenda.
Sorry, ma'am. Sorry about that.
I'm not running over to your office, I'll be back.
You gonna take the M&Ms first, too?
Do what?
You gonna take the stack of M&Ms, Steve, first?
I'm making that.
Handed that to me.
Yes, it's ready to go.
Motion 3 minutes.
No wants from me.
Nope, sorry, I dropped them. So, supposed to have the, estimate needs. I haven't seen very many of them. I'll send a note out again that they'll do tomorrow, and I'll just get up here tomorrow sometime and run those reports for Betty Carroll and that stuff, so the next week we can meet with them.
Yeah, he's signing it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
How's the, Jeff feeling?
All right.
I asked him yesterday if he wanted to run a foot race, and he told me no.
That's what I was telling him. I have my, that deck, man. I just had the 3 holes in there. I think it was 4 days later, I was playing golf, got a hole in one.
God.
First hole won.
I don't think we want to do that again,
He's
just
like,
to get a hold of
He
money.
told me today, he said, you said you were playing golf for 4 days later? I said, yeah. He said, I can't hardly do that. I can't hardly do it.
Is that older than you?
Nice. 2 years older.
That's your name. You guys were enough for anything, man. I can't keep these straight.
Was there a specific reason when they used to do all this, these purchases, that everything went through Welch and S&B, just didn't do?
No, they just never told the vendors to try these local banks.
I'm just curious why, because, it sounded like all the guys were just them too.
Yeah. I think beforehand, they couldn't compete with them, and so.
I think that was the biggest deal I heard.
So they just never, tried again, and now they're, getting where they can compete with them, so. And they may just not, even some of them may just not even try. And
I think that's part of it too. I wouldn't even pay attention.
sorry, my contacts are really cloudy, I can't read that far. Slept in my contacts too many times this week.
I can't wear
Really think I would, after my week, I would be used to just carrying it all with me, but I haven't got that smart yet.
Hopefully we have a lens replacement done.
I want to so bad, but I mean,
Well, like right now, I got to have my glasses up to reading from the glasses on to see
To see
color.
color.
If I get lens replacement, it'll just be the opposite, so I'm still coming through
you gotta,
glasses, so.
well, I can't have LASIK because my vision is too bad, and that's because they said, well, we can narrow it down to a, a simpler, lens strength, but I still have to wear glasses, but. Just like that river is saying it on the bottom. So
Oh, I didn't see
no, you're
that.
fine. Yeah, I was, and then, man, I told those girls to make sure that was signed, so. But after all these years, my vision was starting to improve. I'm like, well, I didn't know that it would do that. But I mean, I'm still so bad. That
Yeah, I might do that too.
my oldest daughter, she had LASIK done, and now her vision's changed again, and she's having to wear glasses. So I'm like, huh, that wouldn't be worth it.
Well, I had it done the first year it was out.
Oh, so you had it? Oh, really?
I was back in glasses 2 years later.
Temporary. Hers has been, about 4 years. Back in glasses. Maybe closer to 5.
Still way better than what I had before. My doctor told me on a scale from 0 to 100, 100's in the best. He said I was 12. He said anything below 10 is better than
Yep, that's about me. My eye that I see far off is -8, and my contact that I read with is like a -5.5.
This is the person's calling you for Brett and Joe in the DA's office. Just curious, I didn't see him.
You haven't seen them yet?
I only got 2 left. I didn't see him.
Don't make a motion on it yet. I'll have a run up there and get them. Hey, can you run up to the DA's office and see if they have those reimbursements done? If not, we need them so they can sign them, and then we'll take them back up there, and then you'll have to add them to batch pay. Yep. They are in there? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That works. We just didn't notice someone as we was going through them, so okay, that's all we needed. Yeah, did they not send any, like a receiving report or anything?
Oh, we didn't see him last time.
Oh, so she was off. They, she didn't get them on until Friday, so Ashley didn't have them to send back. Do you want me to go ahead and push them through?
Yeah, no, I'll got more hopefully this week, so.
Okay, all right, thank you, ma'am. All right, bye.
Motion to approve them those.
I'll second. Blanket purchase orders.
We have blankets from District 3, District 2, and the sheriff.
Make a motion to approve the blanket purchase orders.
Red Crosses. Burn ban.
Make a motion to end the burn ban and table the fines for burn ban till next week.
I'll second that. Unpaved grant notification.
I don't know if you had anything else that needed to go through on that or not. That's what they emailed me, and that's all I have. I guess just signing that it went through the meeting and.
I'll make a motion to approve the unpaid road grant notification.
I'll second. Correction surplus District 2, 2013 Youngest tractor.
The next one needs to be a resolution, not a declaration, so I'll have to do a change on that.
I will make a motion for the declaration of surplus.
Resolution surplus for District 2. John Deere tractor.
This for the disposal.
Oh, no, I'm reading wrong one.
Disposal full digger?
I was one check mark on. Disposal District 2, Lindbach Post full digger.
I'll make a motion on the disposal.
Okay, legislative update. I'll just kind of highlight some of these, a bunch of them. Last week was basically, if any of the bills that were out there, they hadn't been heard by last Thursday. If they weren't heard, then those bills are dead. So now everything's been passed in the House over to the Senate, and everything's passed in the Senate over to the House. So we'll basically start the process over with those. Let's see. I got these highlighted. I just go through the highlighted ones. House Bill 1372, which was the bill that was for the wells that were basically shut in to go back in and redrill and give them a different tax rate. That did pass and has moved on to the Senate.
Was this a Zoom meeting? Was this in a Zoom meeting?
Some of this was in the Zoom meeting, some of it wasn't. House Bill 1664. This is the open meetings one. It did pass the House and moves on to the Senate. Remember, a lot of the language that we was hoping for is not in it until they reviewed what they did with the Corporation Commission last year. They're going to do that this fall. And if everything looked good with the Corporation Commission, then they'll come back and they're going to go, the way I understand it, they're going to come back and add to this, basically add to this bill. It'll be all three-person boards statewide.
Good.
So that did move on to the Senate. House Bill 1665. This was the salaries for elected officials. It passed the House. It sounds like it has probably no chance in the Senate. Everybody has a different version of the way they want to do it, and probably nothing's going to get done this year on it. But we'll see. It should won't affect us. We don't have any money anyway. So. House Bill 1666 modifies the definition of exemptions to underground facilities damage prevention act. This is basically going to allow us to grade without opium. That passed unanimously, and it'll probably move right on through the Senate. House Bill 2156 put setbacks on solar farms. That did pass. There was actually 3 different bills, 2 from the House and 1 from the Senate, that dealt with these setbacks. All 3 of them passed. And so then we'll move on. Let's see, 2165 exempts interlocal agreements made under inter. Okay, this is our deal for the CED, so the CEDs can enter into interlocal agreements with counties. This will just open back up our, this will get our crack sealing program back at CED.
So did that pass through the Senate?
That passed through the House.
I mean.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
on to the
good.
Senate. I think it'll probably move, I don't think we'll have any trouble with that bill. Moving on. House Bill 2166. This is the newspapers, which is going to basically open it up for smaller newspapers for counties to publish in. That did pass, and it's moved on to the Senate. 2167 also passed, that deals with the fees that newspapers can charge. It goes 14 cents to 22 cents. That passed as well. House Bill 2758. This creates the PACT fund, which is the $75 million for the highway system. This bill passed. Basically, it's going to use gross production tax on natural gas. That's where this money's going to come from, and
Raise like $1,000 a mile.
there's 39 counties that this would affect, and we're one of them. It would get all counties up to, eventually it would get them all up to $4,000 per mile of what they have, and there's also funding in there based on how many bridges you have. So this would be a game changer for us, because we're sitting at $3,200 a mile and jumping us to $4,000 a mile. I mean, that's just the numbers, right?
I thought it was more than that. I thought it should like at least bump us up 1,000.
But
Maybe I'm wrong.
those are the numbers that I would bring in a year, and then,
Good.
so that would be a game changer for us in terms of being able to do force projects to get our bridges built and not have to get in a 5-year program to wait, and it would
Just
be
get pushed back.
just to get pushed back year after year. So that would be big for us. So
That's to the House.
that's out of the House and onto the Senate. So now it's in.
So that's a Senate bill?
It's a House bill, and it's on to the Senate now. Senate Bill 2, that's another wind energy setbacks. Like I said, they all passed. 202. Okay, 202 is one that will be good for our employees or for all county employees. This is going to allow counties to work within the Insure Oklahoma program. So it would basically allow county employees to go get extra funding from the insurance programs for their, their spouse or their kids or whatever. So it would just be a little extra thing there to help out county employees on their insurance. Senate Bill 258.
That return to work's not included in that one, is it? Or is that a different one?
No, it's a different one. It's not in this packet, but it already passed, I'm pretty sure.
Return to work one did?
I think so. I have
Okay.
to double check. Senate Bill 258, that's the $25 million for bridges that ODOT's going to run it, and they choose what. It sounded to me like this all has to do with the bridge in Creek County. It's a $20 million bridge.
That's just a one-time
And
deal.
it's a one-time deal. From what I've heard through the grapevine, so we won't see any of that. But.
Yeah.
Senate Bill 403, adjust various duties and processes related to county bidding and contracting. This just allows us to select the next lowest bidder if we need to. That, I'm gonna have to read that bill, because that could get into where if we select, I don't know, Arcosa for rock, the next lowest bidder, is he gonna, are we going to, when we do our 6 month, when we sit down and do this, are we gonna need to label that? Is it just next lowest bidder, or are we doing quality and throwing all that in? Are we gonna have to go through every one of those to make sure that, because if we don't want, you know, a certain vendor because of quality or distance
Right.
or whatever else, we're gonna have to make sure when we do our 6 month bids that we've got all that stated out, who's the second one we're choosing.
Yeah.
So, Senate Bill 563. This is the one about county workers working in the polls, that passed as well. Senate Bill 595 creates jail standards. That bill, I hadn't really paid no attention to it, and that bill is actually kind of a good deal for our jails. Right now, it's basically the health department comes in and sets the rules, and these are the rules, and you follow what the health department says. This is going to put it all in statute, and the health department has to follow those rules instead of the health department being in charge of changing the rules and all that type of stuff. So, Senate Bill 832. Wrong page. Senate Bill 752 allows county purchasing agents to place an online bid system, so we can use you can do the online bid system for people who are not on state contract. That did pass. SB 890. This one's going to affect everybody, and it did pass. It basically is anybody who runs for any elected office is going to have to go through, do the whole ethics commission thing. So even
what?
the whole, like, if you're running for school board, you're going to have to file with the ethics commission. You get any donations, you know, all that's going to have to be ran through the ethics commission. So it's going to take it all the way down to the smallest level. SB 957 establishes specific investment procedures and requirements for the investment of money by local governments. This is just going to kind of, the way I understand it, reading is going to free up a little bit of how we can invest our money, just as long as the treasurer's making sure it's being taken care of. And that's basically the gist of what I got there. Anything else you guys know?
Thank you for
Sounds
going
good.
to all those
Yeah.
and keeping us up to date on them. It's nice to have you there.
Okay, I guess we're down to unforeseen business.
We adjourn.
No, I'll second.
All right. Thank you, guys.